Hello and welcome to the garden. This is Jody from the David Connection, and today I'm asking the light to come through with a message about self-love because in my experience over the last couple weeks, we are all learning a lot about self-love. I am, my mom is, my friends are, everyone I know is, everyone I see on the internet is learning this lesson. All the other readers are talking about this. So it's really confirming when you see all of that similar messaging coming up, how this is a cosmically supported lesson, that the light is bringing through the opportunity through all of the stars aligning. Basically, I don't know about astrology, but I understand it conceptually that like the stars are aligning, the planets are aligning, and this is a prime time for us to really learn and incorporate these lessons of self-love. So this is something I am not 100% comfortable talking about either, because I am very much in the midst of this lesson myself. I have spent the last week or so really beating myself up about, all sorts of things, everything, anything I can get my hands on to beat myself up over. That's what I'm doing. So I am facing a little bit of resistance in myself in bringing this message through, because it's hard to really talk about self-love in a way that gets to the depth of it, because we can offer these platitudes and we can, talk about self-care and being kind to yourself and being gentle to yourself. And I've actually been trying to talk about this quite a bit the last couple days, and not felt at all comfortable with what I'm bringing through about this. And what I'm hearing is that that's partly because I'm not comfortable with what I know about this. I'm not really going to the depths of my soul's knowledge of this issue. I'm sort of trying to offer platitudes. And so this right now is going to try and get into the depths of what self-love really means. So I ask the light, what does self-love really mean? It means an acknowledgement of what and who we are on a soul level. It's an acknowledgement that what and who we are goes so far beyond our capability of understanding, that all of this contextual understanding we attach to our existence here in 3D. And even when we go deeper, when we contextually understand our experiences in past lives, or we contextually understand our experiences multidimensionally, or, any number of whatever depths you want to go to, that the actuality of it expands from there exponentially without end. That our connection to light, to source, to however you define your creation configuration is what I hear, is it is continuously and constantly expanding. So as humans having this experience, we actually can't really ever grasp self-love, because we are so steeped in misunderstandings of what it actually means. And that's why we have a hard time with the concept, is because we're trying to get it with our mind. We're trying to bring it through our lenses of understanding. And it doesn't step down in that way, because really, truly, it is our soul's connection to light. And it is where our souls differentiate from light. The place, I see it as a place. When I think about my soul's differentiation from light, I see it as a cosmic place, thousands and tens of thousands, maybe millions, I don't know, of light years away from Earth. Just a space where there is a ball of light that is me differentiated from source. That is the place where you go to really, truly grasp self-love. And in human form, part of what we're in human form to understand is what we don't understand. Part of what we're in human form to grasp is how limited our human perception really is. That in some ways we can't get to bottom lines because we don't have access to the experiential understanding of what oneness truly means on a cosmic sense. We can aim for that. We can work towards that. We can continuously learn, grow, and expand toward that understanding. But we are still filtering through our human experience for very good reasons, because our soul has chosen these experiences through which to conceptually understand and then bring through light. So in self-love, what we need to do is just continuously work towards that space where we are one with Source, one with the light, one with Creator, creation, and where all the misunderstandings of what our human experience really means fall away. And that is a place of peace. And I don't know from this place right now, like as the human bringing through this message, I don't know that we actually ever get there. Perhaps that is what true enlightenment is. Perhaps that is, what awakening is. But from what I see right now, we are always bringing that information through our lenses. And that's so that we can learn from each other. It's so that as human beings, we're constantly sharing our knowledge and sharing our deeper understandings of how what we're learning filters through our lenses. Our lenses are there to help others contextualize their lenses as well. So it's not a bad thing that we can't get to the deepest understanding of what our soul's connection to Source really, truly is. That's sort of part of why we're here. So in the meantime, you can do a lot of things to work toward that deeper understanding of self-love and that deeper understanding of your soul's true connection to Source. That as a differentiation from Source, you are Source. That in oneness, we are all part of Source. We are all creation and creator. So, yeah, I don't know. I get hung up on that too because it's a pretty heady concept. And when you try and filter it through your mind, when I get the energy of it, it's like, yes, okay, I've got that. When I try and filter it through my mind, all of a sudden I get hung up on all this bullshit, really. So it's like, it's saying to me now and to you as well, to just take the energy and let the energy of the words come through, and don't get so hung up on the concept. That's step one, is what I hear. Don't get hung up on the concepts. Just allow the energy to flow. And step two, it sounds like a platitude, but it really is about truly being kind to yourself. And the best way I hear to do that is to be present with yourself in any given moment and really stop. Just stop what you're doing and feel where you are right now. Not feel emotionally, but like feel viscerally and extrasensorially. I don't know if that's a word, but feel with all of your senses, the 5 that we use in 3D and all the others as well. Whatever, however you define that, your intuition, your instincts, your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, whatever, however that filters through for you. Just stop for a moment and feel that. And when you start to get too far away from the truth, right? When you start to get too invested in the misunderstandings of what self-love means and what it should look like and all of that, just stop. And just take that moment to be present with yourself. And so I'm asking the light right now, what does that actually mean? And what that means is connecting your whole entire system back into alignment with your soul, back into alignment with the flow of light from your soul through all your many multidimensional aspects, through all your past lives, and through this current incarnation, and allowing the flow of everything you've ever experienced to bring you to this moment, and to understand truly that this moment right here is enough, right now. And so will too be the next one, and the next one after that, and the next one after that. But you have to be right in this moment to truly be grounded and centered and connected to your soul and its purpose. So I'm just listening for a moment. Bear with me. So the next thing, and this is what I get from my own guidance all the time, and I'm extremely bad at this. So I'm listening while I say this, is the next thing is to take everything one step at a time, and be present in each step. So that includes when you're being productive and when you're not being productive. So you're allowed to stop and not be doing, but be present in your not doing. Don't spend the not doing time worrying about what you should be doing. And in fact, it's saying to eliminate any idea of should be doing. You're either doing or you're not. And this state of existence that is should is so harmful to the flow. It just stops the flow. Because you can flow when you're not doing. You can flow in rest. You can flow in really taking time to just get out of whatever it is you think you should be doing. And then when you do, just do. Don't get all caught up in what doing looks like, right? Just do it, and do it however you can right now. So for me, it's saying right now I'm making this recording, and I need to just let go of any ideas I have about what it should be. Let go of any, conceptual thoughts on how it will be received, for example, and just allow it to flow. And I'm doing it right now. And then when I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. So I worried in advance of this about doing it, which it's saying was not at all helpful to the actual doing of it. Nothing that I thought about before doing this really made it better, especially with this kind of work, because your thoughts actually get in the way of the flow. So this feels like it's getting a little rambly, but I'm getting that you'll get the energy. So when you're doing something, do it. When you're not doing it, let it go. And just be present in whatever it is that you need to be present in at any given moment. So the other thing about step by step that it's saying is that you need to love yourself for where you're at right now. And you can have all sorts of ideas of who you want to be, who you're working toward. Manifestation is a totally appropriate and vital way to bring through what you want in this world. But you need to be present with where you're at right now also. And a part of manifesting what you want is to be present in each step of getting there. It's not a magic wand that you wave and ta-da, you're 5 years down the road doing the thing that you've always dreamed of doing. There's 5 years between now and then. And in those 5 years, what brings you to then is all of the steps in between. So you need to just let yourself be where you are and appreciate where you are for what it is. And that is a step on your journey. So I had a very good conversation with one of my guides yesterday about this. And he told me that I'm building the foundation right now for what's next. And that I need to accept that all of the experiences I'm having right now, whether they look like something that is, a cornerstone or a brick in the foundation or not. They are. And I need to stop judging what I'm experiencing and just let it be part of my foundation, because all of it is teaching me a whole lot about what I don't even know yet. It's not even clear to me yet what I'm learning. I mean, I have some conceptual understandings of what I'm learning from a variety of different things, right? But the revelation of what it is this foundation is and how it will be useful in the future that's inconsequential. It's like just put one brick in place at a time, or however you want to think about your foundation. Put one piece of it in place at a time and allow yourself the process of discovery, because so often we get ideas of what we want our future to look like, and we get ideas of what we want our circumstances to look like, and we get locked in this idea of what it's supposed to be. And if we let go of all of that and just allow ourselves the space to discover what's next, it will be more than we could ever dream of. I couldn't have dreamed several years ago that the set of circumstances that led me to right here would lead me to right here. And if I had been too locked up, in fact, like my physical situation took me out of being able to get locked up in ideas of what my future would look like. I have a collection of chronic illnesses that for several years took me completely out of the game. And I was practically bedbound for a couple years, and I was unable to even think about what I wanted my life to look like, because it was so extremely painful for me to have goals or to plan things and then watch myself be completely unable to make those things come about. So I got completely taken out of the game on that, and I had to just be so present with what I was experiencing and not even think about the future. And it wasn't until that was the case that all sorts of other things could fall into place, because I couldn't have ever imagined what I'm doing right now. It would never have even occurred to me. But through that set of circumstances and what has followed, here I am, kind of doing psychic readings and channeling light and allowing these messages to be shared with you all. So that is my reminder personally. The light is reminding me personally of that time and of how I needed to let go of my expectations and my goals in order to allow the process of discovery to take place. And it's telling you that as well, because there is so much more out there for you than you could ever even imagine. There is such an expansive depth of experience and joy and just like bright lightness for you when you let go and you allow yourself the space to discover. And that is a true act of self-love, I hear, is to just let go and be where you're at and appreciate that not only who you've been has gotten you to this point, but who you are now will get you to whatever point is next. And to be grateful for that whole entire process that led you up to here, and for the whole entire process that will take you forward from here. So I'm just going to ask the light in closing, is there anything else that I should share on this subject? So it's saying to be kind to yourself in whatever ways are most appropriate for you. And to let go of the platitudes, what it said before about that. Don't pay surface tribute to self-care and self-love. They're very, what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of, these terms are out there a lot. And it's saying to let go of what anyone else is telling you, including me, actually, about what this means, and really go into a place of meditative contemplation of what this actually means for you. And it's saying you do that in your daily life by really checking in like 100 times a day and asking yourself, what is it that I need right now? What is in my best and highest good right now? And what would make me feel better right now? In the grandest sense of better, it's better in terms of what is in your best and highest good. It's what is the most healing thing that you can do right now. So remember, what's in your best and highest good right now? And check in with yourself and just really find that space for yourself. If like taking a bath and doing, spa treatments is the thing that makes you feel better, then do that. If going for a hike is the thing that makes you feel better, then do that. Sometimes watching TV is the thing that makes me feel better, and so I do that. Sometimes, it changes from day to day. And sometimes doing the work makes me feel better. Sometimes being productive makes me feel better. Sometimes checking things off the list makes me feel better. And sometimes I need to let go of all that too. And that's what makes me feel better. So it's saying to give yourself the space and the freedom to discover that part as well. Don't determine what anything should look like from moment to moment. Just be in the moment and allow each moment to flow one to the next to the next. So I'm going to stop there and say that if you would like to schedule a private reading with me, I do offer one-on-one readings, and they are really unique to each individual. It's a nice process. I just tune into the light, and you can ask any questions you want, and I tell you what I hear, see, or sense. And I find that we learn so much together through these readings. It's really just a beautiful energy exchange. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be doing this work, and for the people who have and will continue to schedule readings with me. It's really, really lovely, and thank you to all of you who have. I also am over on Instagram these days, and I've been working on posting more often. I'd like to post a mini reading every day, but I am being present with my process and not judging the fact that I haven't been able to do that. But I am over there at the David Connection, and you can find me. And I'd love to hear from you about, how these messages are resonating, how these energies are playing out in your life, what you guys are learning. And also, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below, or come check me out on Instagram, leave a comment over there, or do a little direct messaging. And if you have any questions you'd like answered on one of these videos, that would be a really fun way to work. I'd like to know what you guys are curious about and what you're looking for guidance or clarity on from the light. Also, I have a website, which is www.thedavidconnection.com, and there is a contact page, and that's where you can find the schedule a reading page. So if you want to get in touch over there, you can as well. So I hope you're all having a great day. I hope that you are able to hang in there a little bit, because the energies have been extremely intense lately. And it's saying that's why it was so important for me to get through this message, is because it was important for me, and it's important for you to just remember that we are all in the process of learning. We're all in the process of discovering step by step. And we just need to let go and be kind to ourselves a little bit, and understand that it isn't all light and love. It doesn't all look easy. It's not just like, I'm hearing the yellow brick road. I'm getting like a very Wizard of Oz reference. But I guess that's appropriate, because, there were all sorts of challenges along the way on the yellow brick road as well. So even though it was like in Technicolor and all really exciting and beautiful, there were a lot of lessons to be learned in that story as well. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for listening. If you like this, like it, share it, subscribe to my channel, and please do comment and let me know what you think. All right, I will talk to you next time. Thanks so much.